We brought a bog standard Subaru Impreza GC8 to turn into a trophy winning, reliable track car. And after months of being on axle stands, we finally, after much anticipation, get this car finished and onto the road for the first time. The issue is, we can't run it at any boost until it's been mapped. So in this episode, we do just that. What power will it make? Find out in this episode. Greetings and salutations, it's BiggieJDM here, and it is a very, very wet and cold morning in November. Nevertheless, what we are doing is we are taking the GC8 to get it mapped. Now, listen, it's going to be awesome. Make sure you like, share, and you subscribe. So, it's going to be fantastic. We're finally here. We're finally at mapping day. This is like the pinnacle day before I can do everything else. At the end of the day, I've just done it on my driveway. Now, there were certain places I was thinking of taking it. One is down to Duncan, two is to Richardson. Now, I haven't got anything against those mappers. I know there's other mappers out there. However, for something I've just put together on the drive over 4 months, which I don't know even going to make it on the motorway. And I know I've been on the phone to Rich. Rich was awesome, fantastic, and I haven't got a problem with that. I don't know Duncan, I've not spoken to him. However, unfortunately, I just don't know how reliable it's going to be. And I can't risk it, so I'm going to stick to somebody local called Area 52. I've used them quite a long time. I've got a good relationship with Shell and Jason. They're so cool. So yeah, I'm going to try work something out with them, get it mapped, and hopefully we can cover the whole thing on film. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Yeah, let's go. I've just got to make it over there. It's so early in the morning. Let's go. Right, so we're on the way, okay. So far so good. Pray that I get there safely. But yeah, it's like literally, it is so wet and mucky outside. So wet and mucky. But everything seems to be okay at the moment. Levels are correct. But I'm not actually trying to push it at all. I'm not trying to push it. I've just not gone over 40 miles an hour. I haven't got it over, I have not taken it over 40 miles an hour. Oh no! No. I can't do that. There's no way I can get through there. I'm gonna have to go the other way. There must be another way. Got to be another way. Gosh, I'm right near where I need to be as well. Gosh, I have to turn back round. There must be another way. There's no way my Impreza is going through that flood and surviving out the end. There's no way. There's no way. It's too low. It's just gonna drown, and I can't afford any water getting into the engine. No way. Right, people. So we finally made it to Area 52 Motorsport in one piece. Here's the Impreza. It's here. We're at A52. Let's go inside. I need to log in on for work, but let's just go inside quickly. Right, as you can see, we're at A52. You can see what's going on here. Loads of stuff here. I'm sure Shell or Joe will be down in a minute. Right, I'll see you in a minute. So much cars here. They really specialise in what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Been here a long time. Been in the Subaru business quite a long time. Right, I'm going to log on, see what I can do. Right, see you in a minute. Hopefully I'll be on that dyno soon. Let's go. To have this car on the dyno is something I've dreamed about for months. But as you can appreciate, I have my reservations. Let's see what happens. What we're doing now, we're just seeing if there's a leak on the car, because apparently there might be a leak with the up pipe. So we're having a look now. Give me a second. First dilemma of the day. When I had the decap manifold put on, the gasket that they put on is different to the up pipe. It's different size. I didn't get a decat up pipe because classic up pipes are decatted anyway. So what the problem is now is that the manifold is leaking. It's like a leak in the manifold to the up pipe, which is causing a drop in performance, basically. And I can't map it until it's sorted out. So what they're going to do, they're going to try and use my original manifold to get it sorted out again. So to stop the leak. worst case scenario, what they're going to have to do is make me a manifold for the up pipe, which is going to take ages, but we're going to see how it goes. So I have every faith in them. I trust them. I've done everything I can myself now, so yeah, see you in a minute.
Blowing top and bottom, but as we were saying, look, the crush washer is actually slightly smaller than the size of the hole,
okay.
So it doesn't actually crush it properly.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, if you look along the, it's difficult to see, but if you look along the line of the flange,
yeah,
you can see that it's not straight.
Okay.
So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to straighten that off.
Yeah.
And then obviously the gaskets that I make are bigger, they have a bigger hole in them.
Yeah.
So that it will crush down properly.
Okay.
It's just because obviously you're using a standard up pipe, so you can see the line where the standard up pipe was, look, just inside.
Yeah.
And the standard up pipe's got a smaller hole in it.
Okay.
Oops, so the standard gaskets are designed to fit the smaller hole. You know.
You can't reuse that gasket at all, no?
Not this one, no, because like I say, it still wouldn't work, because the problem is it's smaller than this hole.
Okay.
So you've got to crush that ring that's in there, you've got to crush it down properly.
Yeah. Right.
So like I say, the ones that I make, the crush ring is actually bigger, so that it crushes where it's supposed to go.
Okay, buddy, thank you very much for showing me that. Right, so I'm with one of the owners of Area 52 Motorsport, who are my local Subaru mechanics. I'm with Jay. How are you?
Very good, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's things?
Very good, very busy.
Yeah, good. So obviously you're Area 52 Motorsport. Just tell us a bit about you and what you've been doing. Like, what do you do here?
Well, we mainly tune Subarus.
Yeah.
We've been doing that for just over 20 years.
Yeah.
Been in this building here since 2008.
Yeah.
So obviously we're with the dyno since 2008. So yeah, we tune Subarus, as I say. We build engines, we do custom exhaust manifolds for them, all sorts of things. Whether it's road car, race car, rally car, we do a few rally cars, and then we tune them on the dyno here, like what we're doing yours.
Yeah, because there's not very people I trust with my Subarus, and I know a lot of Subaru mechanics say they're Subaru mechanics, but they're not. Well, they do know some, but they don't know everything. And I mean, even just coming in driving, and you could tell that there was something not right with my Subaru, which we'll get onto in a second.
Yeah.
But like, how long have you been dealing with Subarus, or what was, how long have you been doing Subarus for, or?
Since originally we started in about sort of 99, 2000.
Yeah.
And like I say, we moved into this premises and bought the dyno in 2008.
Yeah.
I personally have been tuning Subaru since 2003.
Wow.
We tune all sorts of cars along anything which is basically got an ECU. ECUs like Cyvex, Simtech we do a lot, Link ECUs, Haltech, all sorts of ECUs, Gems. We tune a lot of Metro Cup cars. I think about 6 or 7 on the grid.
Really?
I tune those.
Wow.
So that's very different. Normally aspirated, so we play a lot with vernier pulleys and cam timing, things like that.
Yeah.
Turbo cars is pretty easy. If you want more power, you only turn the boost up. And you make more power up to a certain extent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. So just for those who don't know, just tell us like what a dyno ramp consists of, because there's loads of different high-tech equipment here. There's ramps, there's a rolling road. Just tell people about what it is.
Yeah, rolling road simulates driving down the road effectively.
Yeah.
And we can add load to the dyno, which will simulate effectively going uphill, like left foot braking, so we can get to different sites within the map. And obviously we get a dyno printout. So we can do multiple runs. We can see if power's going up, going down. We can measure air fuel ratio, which is obviously critical. We fit knock sensors to the engine, so we can listen for detonation in the engine. That's probably one of the things that kills engines the most, people not listening for things like that. So we use it for all sorts of things. We, for general, you can drive the car with the bonnet up and you can listen for things which you obviously can't do going down the road. So that's handy as well. So it's a great tuning tool for stuff like that.
This is awesome. So moving on to the car, what are you doing for me today then?
Well, today we're going to tune the car. And we're going to go for a Apexi Power FC. So, because it's version 5, they're a bit tricky to tune, these are. You can tune via ECU Tech, or you can fit an aftermarket ECU. Normally we'll fit a Simtech. But you know, a good option. It's a bit old school now.
Yeah.
Power seat, the good setup. You know, they still use the MAF sensor, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Which is a bit problematic on the version 5s.
Yeah.
I say version 5, 99, version 5. So that's what we're going to do today. So we'll see.
And obviously we're just going through the Apexi because that's all I can afford. And Jay had one to the side that he found for me, which I'm so thankful for, you know. So, but normally it would be a Link or Simtech.
Yeah, it'd be a Link or Simtech.
Yeah.
Simtech is the one we normally fit to these. It's about 1,200 quid, something like that. Yeah. Link's a little bit more expensive. Then you've got other things like Cyvex, great ECU, but overkill for what you're really doing. So Power FC, it is the budget sort of option. Okay. But it is a good option.
Awesome.
You know. And like I say, you've got a hand controller as well, so you get a little bit of feedback as well. You can display certain things what the ECU is doing. So
metrics. What can I be expecting?
I normally say to customers around 330 horsepower. Yeah. Some cars will make more, some will make less. You don't really know until you actually run it on the dyno. So obviously I don't want to say, we'll make 340 and then only make 320. Yeah. So say 330. Yeah. Again, you don't normally map for horsepower, so you'll get your ignition timing right, the air fuel ratio right, the boost level right. Obviously you've got to keep in mind the engine is obviously a standard engine, things like that, and the mileage and stuff like that. So you do all that, you look up, and it might be 330, it might be 310, it might be 340. You don't really know. You know, I've tuned hundreds of these vehicles over the last sort of 20 years. And you can get two exactly the same spec, and there could be 10, 20 horsepower difference between them. So your horsepower figure isn't the be all and end all of everything. It's the power under the curve. That's your average horsepower is what makes you fast. So we've built plenty of 400 horsepower cars that are much faster than 500 horsepower cars. Just because you can get on the power area. If you can get on the power area, you'll pull away from the car, and it takes a long time for them to catch you. So that area under the curve is critical. So turbo choice, exhaust, like I say, we make a lot of custom exhaust manifolds and turbo kits to optimise that power band. So.
Awesome. I really appreciate that. I'll let you get on with what you're going to do.
Cool.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So it's now time for Jason to start the mapping process. Jason puts the car through a series of runs, monitoring the engine and the supporting components. Once he's happy with the overall base horsepower of the car, he can then start tweaking the map to support the upgraded components such as the VF30 turbo, front mount intercooler, 3-port boost solenoid, including the air fuel ratio as what we discussed earlier. I'm interested to see exactly how much this car makes. So the verdict is the ECU that I brought them wasn't right. So basically, I need to find a new ECU. Basically, they did the best that they could though with what they had in it, Jay.
Yeah, effectively the Power FC is obviously 10 years old now. There's something wrong with it. It wasn't power at main relay, so there's not a lot we can do with that. So what we've done in the meantime is put it on actuator pressure so you can actually drive the car. So at least you can get to and from in it, and then just be on the hunt for another Power FC. So,
definitely.
Unfortunately, that's what happens with old second-hand stuff.
Old second-hand stuff.
You know,
I need to stop cheaping out, and I need to start cheaping out and just try and see if I can afford a Jeep. But they've done all they can. They've been excellent as always. Can't complain. Spotted stuff that I wouldn't ever have known, and giving me some advice moving forward. But all in all, the positive is that I did it all on the drive on my own, and it's made it to the dyno, and it can drive now. I just need to get a better ECU for next year, quick time. So it won't be at where we want it today, but all for a reason. So I just want to say thank you very much, Jay, for everything. Thank you for all you've done in Area 52, and we'll definitely be back. Greetings and salutations, it's BiggieJDM. It's freezing. Gosh, it's freezing. But anyway, it's a very, very important, and not to mention a special day, because we have this. I'm gonna show it again. Because we have this. Yes! I raided my savings, got permission, and got a used Link G4 ECU for a version 6 Subaru. I just want to say shout out to the guys at ra.com who helped me source it, because I was at wit's end. The show season's starting and I don't have an ECU, and I've got all this stuff done to the car with nothing to power it with, and I can't get any power out of it. So we are going to Area 52, back to Area 52 for them to fit this and anything else that they need to do to it. Let's go. And just when we thought we were onto a great thing, the unthinkable happens. Goodness sake, 1 minute. What's wrong with this clutch now? Oh, come on, man. I don't know what's going on. Something's not right. Goodness sake. What is going on here? Why is the clutch not engaging? Right. Calm down. Right, let's just see something. Turn the engine off. Does the clutch go into gear when the engine's off? Yes, it does. Right, so that means the gearbox is fine. This pedal does not feel right. It's not even coming back up. Right, that's up now. Oh, it's working now. Hey, that was weird. Right, it's working now. Let me just... Let me just try it again. Right, it's in gear now. So what was that all about? What was that all about? Right. So what's happened here? What it looks like is a 10mm bolt has come off the housing or the assembly, the pedal assembly. I don't know if you can see at the top. I can't get underneath here with all this coat on. But where that pedal, can you see it? It's, look. Right, so I'm on the floor here, dirty. Right, so I've got my box of bolts. I've tried to keep every single bit of engine, every engine I've took apart. I've tried to keep some bolts here, but I don't know if any of these are going to be good enough. It's going to need something like that. I don't know if the hole is that big. I really haven't got time to get. Oh, that might work. That might work. Here. Right here. Right, that is it. That's caught the thread. I think it's caught the thread. It has caught the thread. It has caught the thread. Can you see, look? Can you see? Right here, where my finger is. Here. There. There we go. Right, so how long's that been like that for then? no wonder I'm having gear problems, gear stick problems, but you know, if that solves the problem, because basically what's been happening is because of the clutch pedal assembly, there's no bolt in the clutch pedal assembly. When I'm pushing the clutch down, it's pulling down a whole assembly, so it's not engaging to the gearbox correctly. Imagine that, eh? Look how good that feels now. Look how well that feels now. That's properly engaging. That's properly engaging. Let's just see. I think it will run around the block now. I don't know if I've kind of missed my appointment or not. I'll have to give him a call, but if not, I'll tag the map in onto this video as well. So what's the moral of that story? The moral of that story is you assess before you assume. Yes. Right, people, we're back again. It's now Friday and we are going to Area 52 to get it mapped. Now I fix a clutch. Jay was kind enough to fit me in the same week, so we're going there right now. I have to get there before I start work for them to map the car. Let's go. Let's not waste any time. And we finally made it to Area 52 Motorsport. Yes, the land of the Subarus. These guys really know what they're doing. I have every faith in Jay to get my car mapped up to where it needs to be. As you can see, where that 1.4 Vauxhall Nova is currently, that is where my Subaru hopefully will be in the next hour on the dyno ramp. I brought a used Link G4 Plus. Hopefully, if this all works, then my Scooby should be running about 320, 330, give or take, the turbo, age of the engine, health of the turbo, etc. There's a few things that they've got to do. One, they have to tap an airflow sensor, because you can run it mathless. I have to run it tap an airflow sensor into the front mount intercooler of my Subaru, fit the lambda sensors, tune it all up and see how it goes. The good thing about a Link G4 is that I can connect my own laptop with free software to the car, so when I go to the race or if I enter any events, I can do data login, mapping, tweaking, etc. myself. So the office is where I will reside for the foreseeable future. Yes. Right, okay, so we are back at Area 52. As you can see, we are just with the Subaru, and we're just going to talk to Jay to see where we are now from when we last visited. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, very good. So what we've done is, obviously you had the Apexi last time.
Yes.
Which didn't quite work out.
Yes.
So you've sourced the Link
G4 Plus.
G4 Plus. So we've installed that. Just checked a few things. You had a bit of a leak on the map sensor line, which runs to the carbon canister. Yeah. So that was actually unplugged. We've sorted that out. A couple of other little things as well. We've put an air temp sensor in because it's speed density. So now we need to know the temperature of the air entering the engine for calculations. So that's all fitted. Like I say, the ECU's on. We're all strapped down, so we'll get going. So what's the benefit of the Link ECU to the Apexi that I tried to source last time? Apexi is quite sort of old school. I mean, it's a decent ECU. It works slightly differently. It works using the MAF sensor, which is mass airflow. Yeah. With the Link and things like Cyvex, Simtech, M-Trons, stuff like that, they work off the map sensor. So that's why they call it speed density. So it measures manifold pressure, and then from that it derives what ignition time in and what fuel to put in based on that. So, yeah. Just explain quickly. I know that I brought the wideband, and unfortunately, due to the ECU, when it was sold to me, I didn't notice that somebody cut the connection off, so we couldn't install the wideband. What is a wideband? Wideband is for measuring the air fuel ratio. Yeah. It's what we use on the dyno. So we've got a wideband down here, which is connected to the computer. It's quite an expensive one. That one. So you need the wideband to measure the air fuel ratio. When you're tuning a car, you have to tune it to certain air fuel ratios. So that's essential for me to tune the car. Now, a wideband isn't essential to run on a car after I've tuned it, because I've already tuned it to those particular air fuel ratios. Standard cars have what's called a narrowband sensor on. And that's usually just for emissions. And it wants to run a certain air fuel ratio to make the catalytic converter work, to to go through the emissions test. So technically, you know, you don't need a wideband, but your kit did come with a wideband. It's quite a good wideband. It's the CAN bus version, Link do. But obviously, the way it's been took out of the previous car is they've cut they've left one of the looms out, and we haven't got one of those to put in today. So for the time being, we'll just leave that out, and then if you come back in the next few weeks, obviously we can install that and set it up to work. So it's nice to have wideband lambda on, but it's not essential at this point to tune it. Okay, well at some point I can put that on and then you get the loom for it. Oh, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. No problem.
Let's go. I think it didn't make the power that I wanted. It made the power that more than what I came in, but it didn't make the power that I wanted, unfortunately. I know people spend 10 grand and, you know, have budgets to spend, do 400 brake horsepower builds, and I don't have that budget. I only had to do is what if I can myself, and then kind of do it here. Do you know what I mean? So it's got a lot more to stretch, but we don't know kind of where the boost is leaking and where we're losing it. It could be the manifold, it may need an RCM manifold, it may need a few other things. I don't know, but I can't spend any more money. Like, I don't have it like to do it like that, and until my channel starts to monetize and get sponsors, I can't really finish it as I want to. So how it is how it is. It's faster than when I got it. It's not as fast as I hoped. I thought it was going to be big power, but it's not. It's well under that. Right, that's me. Out, over and out. If you can't be good, be careful. Big up yourself. If you can't, drive safe on the road. Tell someone you love you, and keep driving these performance cars. Right, I'll see you at the next show. Let's go. So we made it home. Okay, maybe I was being a bit mardy because I was expecting more, but literally it's running about just nearly 300 brake, which is good for most people, I guess, but maybe I've been around the time attack guys for too long. It's running a healthy 300 brake, but it can be more. It can be 340. You know, I need to find another 30 brake horsepower from somewhere, and that's a lot considering what I've spent. Well, some people pay 10 grand, but I'm not paying that. I would like it to be at over 300, so we have to, the hunt now is for the remaining horsepower. Where's the 40 horsepower? Obviously to take into consideration age of the car, I don't know what condition the turbo's in. It was a used turbo. Was it, you know, 100% correct? Should I've got it refurbished before? Who knows? Who knows? There's so much stuff to consider. Could it be the eBay manifold that I've got on the car that I got, thinking it might help the brake horsepower, whereas maybe I should invest in an RCM? I can see why people call it money pits now. If I had a little side job, a paper round which paid for it all, then that's cool, but I don't know. We'll see what it goes, but what we are doing, we're definitely going on a track. So let's see where we go from now. So yeah, let's wait for this video to come out and see where we go from next. So yeah, thank you for everybody, thank you. We're home now. We're gonna see how it goes. Love you all, bye-bye. Oh, don't be so hard on yourself, Biggie. It's 300 brake horsepower, enjoy it. Nevertheless, we hope you enjoyed that feature-length mapping video. And we also want to say a huge thank you to Jason Shell at Area 52. They are fantastic. I mean, just look how much knowledge Jason knows about Subarus. They always have time for me, and they're always willing to give me a hand anytime I'm in need. When I have a bigger budget, I'll definitely be back to hunt for the remaining horsepower. Saying that, the car did surprise me on the drive home. And that serves me right for trying to chase the numbers. If I want the car to go faster, I better get on that treadmill. Because in the next video, we go and visit our old friends at Briggs & Skinner in Boston, and we have to make this car track ready in 5 hours, ready for Jackfest. Can we do it? All will be revealed in this next episode. We're against the time, just like Time Attack. We need to be ready for Jackfest. Let's go.